What if Zyna only wants to use us for our power, Destron?
She can't force us. You heard her. She needs allies, and we're as powerful as they come.
I've read the stories. Pacts with Daedra never turn out well.
I'll protect you, Kalia. You have my word.
Silly little brother. I'm the one who protects you.
You're barely older, only by a moment. Slivers of the Deadlands. One for each of us. Mission accomplished.
I fear it just gets more difficult from here.
You worry about everything. Let's go meet Sombrin.
Destron, stop! This is serious!
Relax, Kalia. We're on an adventure.
Destron, be serious. Our own powers could destroy us.
That won't happen. I won't let it.
It might not be up to you.
Kalia, we'll figure this out.
We're doing this to avoid all that. Did you gather the slivers? You found the Deadland slivers? Good. I set up the portal at the top of the hill behind me. Alatun, Kalia, and Destron. Then we can make our way to the summit. I need you to deal with a complication for me. Creatures were drawn to the hillside by my actions. Could you make sure the path to the top is clear? The last thing we need is for some mundane and random threat to provoke a response from Kalia or Destron. All right, just like we discussed, focus on the slivers of Deadlands.
It's working!
I've never traveled by portal before.
Quick, step inside. Follow when you're ready, friend.
greet you, mortal. As with Sombrin, I shall do all that I can to aid the twins. But first, they must survive the Ashen Forest. They must walk the path of the obelisks. Before I can teach them to contain their power, they must first come to understand it. The path of the obelisks will help them do so. They must visit the 3 ancient oracles and learn the truths that each will reveal. Protect the twins from the dangers of the forest. They cannot unleash their power safely until they have learned to control it. At each obelisk, we will bear witness to the truths they learn. Come to me when all is said and done. Then we shall see.
Let's see. 1 second. Let me pull up the app here real quick so I can see what's being said. Excuse me. Let's see here. Can I play this all day? Sadly, no, I can't, because I've got to go to work in a few hours, and actually, as a matter of fact, I'm probably going to only be streaming this for an hour at the most, because my church is having a stream of a Good Friday event that's going on. I would end up going to it, but I've also got to go to work, and I don't want to feel like I'm being rushed after they let out, so excuse me. I'm going to tune in after that, but usually about an hour or a little over that is what I usually stream on days that I have to work. So it kind of pretty much works out. Pretty. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm planning on streaming this maybe some tonight when I get off of work, and also tomorrow before and after work. But I'm off Sunday and Monday. After I get out of church. On Sunday, I'll probably be back playing it, and also some on Monday, so you could definitely tune in for that.
The power of these 2 ambitions grows with every passing moment. You must hurry. The path begins to the northwest. Look for the obelisks of origin, empowerment, and inevitability. Each will reveal a hidden truth.
Elder Scrolls Online has been out so long now that it's so affordable to be able to get it. But then again, it seems like all the expansions except for this one and the newest one that's coming out, I think all of them are within Elder Scrolls now. If you get like a certain bundle, and it's like really cheap now, especially on like PSN. I think it's like $6. I don't know if all the expansions so far are in it or not. I don't know, but regardless, that's still a heck of a deal.
The Dremora of my clan have dwelt in the Deadlands for ages uncounted. This is the seat of my power, just as it is Mehrunes Dagon's. My purposes, however, are my own.
2 jobs in school, holy moly, yeah. I know what it's like just working 1 job and dealing with school. I couldn't imagine doing 2. So, you are a goat. The greatest of all time. Oh, you moved? Oh, okay. No Wi-Fi, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if anything, even if you don't come in for the live streams, you can check out the archive versions, or, whenever you happen to pop on.
Allegiances among Daedra are not as simple as they are in the mortal world. Let us just say that I do not wish to see Mehrunes Dagon succeed in this endeavor. The ambitions must not fall into his hands.
I remember that quest from Skyrim when he was in that. And sorry I haven't been streaming on the PS4 for a while. I've got a Series X, so I've been streaming a little bit on Twitch, and I've been playing that. But then again, this expansion was like 13 and change, I believe, when the original price was 40, and I've got all the other expansions except for this one. So I was like, I can finally dive in now. That's definitely a good price. I'd rather pay 13 and change than daggum $40. When it first came out, I ain't doing that. I can't justify paying that much for digital stuff like that.
I cannot say for certain. Their truths are their own, not mine. Yet I know that they must walk this path. A mortal cannot become what they are meant to be without first understanding what they are. Much remains hidden from these 2 ambitions. The Dremora of my clan have dwelt in the Deadlands for ages uncounted. This is the seat of my power, just as it is Meiru's day ends. My purposes, however, are my own.
1 second. I'm gonna blow my nose because allergies suck. I'm not gonna do it in the microphone though. Okie dokie.
Allegiances among Daedra are not as simple as they are in the mortal world.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Alright. Obviously, it is a plane of Oblivion, which was in Oblivion. In Elder Scrolls Oblivion. All the Oblivions. Last night I was streaming this some, and I swear I ended up going and taking myself out of the area chat because, and I mean I should have. I've always done that, but every time they ever end up making up any little changes or anything in this at all the whole time, they end up going and having where your skill points to get refunded, and you gotta re-put them back in again, and I was like, good grief, man. But not this time though. I imagine it'll happen when they end up having the other brand new expansion come out, I imagine. So, but last night I wasn't inside of the area chat, because the area chat, when you get closer to people, you can hear what they're saying and what's going on and all that stuff. And of course, like always, there was some idiot that was on there having music or something playing in the background. And I'm like, dude, you were playing a game. Do you know the meaning of what headphones are? I'm pretty sure you do. It's this other brand new invention they have out that pretty much just keeps all your friggin' crap inside of your own head. I don't want to hear it. So obviously I muted the area chat. I swear I can't stand that crap, man. Good grief. It's one thing to have screeching 12-year-olds. It's another thing to just be playing your crappy tasting music in the background.
Prepare yourself, brother, while our friend activates it and serves as our witness. Something's happening.
The babes are asleep? How? I couldn't get the boy to stop bawling.
I fed the twins until they were full and exhausted.
Your Majesty, welcome. The babes are
Trying to make friends, yeah.
strong.
Yeah, no kidding. They was doing it the wrong way.
She bore twins.
As Mehrunes day gone commanded, so it has been done.
Our parents and the High Priest? I don't understand.
Well, I reckon you will. Ooh, a lockpick in the urn. I'm not one of those people that runs around and checks every single friggin' little thing, because that'll irk my nerves. There was one of these girls I used to be friends with. She would do that. She'd have to check every little thing, do every little thing, and if she forgot something, or if she hadn't played the game in a while, she'd start the game all the way back over again. I'm like, you're never going to finish anything if you do that, especially when it comes to open world RPGs. It's never going to happen. She's like, you don't understand, I have to do everything. And I'm like, yeah, you need to fix that. That's where replayability comes in. It's kind of like this term I ended up over here in a couple days ago called analysis paralysis, where you pretty much just take, you overanalyze every little thing and gotta have every little thing done how you want it, and if you don't, then you start all the way back. You can't progress to save your life. And I mean, I ended up making that mistake a few days ago when I was playing New Vegas, and come to find out I screwed up. excuse me, I screwed up and something that I wanted to do, or I didn't want to do, and it started anyways.
I suppose this is the obelisk
So
heaven
I ended up
calling us.
starting back an hour beforehand.
Activated.
I was actually just going to go ahead and continue, but the save wasn't available anymore because I had written over it with the autosave, and I'm like, oh well. I was like, it's no big deal because it's open world, so I'll go and do other things and then just come back to this later. You know, done other stuff I hadn't done, so it's basically a new experience for me. 12-year-olds are always stuck on Fortnite. They need to get a new hobby. Or they need to get new games to play.
It's starting.
I don't understand how anybody can end up staying on one game forever in a day at one time. No variety.
Dagon, Prince of ambition and destruction, imbue these infants with your power. Let it ripen and grow within these vessels until the appointed time.
Oh boy.
As Dagon wills
Let
it.
it be done.
Oh boy. Oh wow. He was doing the
Our parents were
Macarena.
sacrificed to Mehrunes Dagon? Why?
Small touch of OCD. Yeah, no kidding, man. I mean, if I'm ever playing games, obviously I want to get everything I can out of them that I'm entertained by or that I want to do, but I'm not going to pore over every little thing because I don't care then. It just gets on my nerves. I don't even want to play then. You know, you take it at your own pace.
Keep it away! Why are they attacking us?
Good question, considering you've basically been
You're unstoppable.
given to a Daedric god. Just gradually walk out of the way of the flames.
Take that, foul creature.
Wow. Take that, foul creature. Holy moly.
Foul thing. Leave us be!
Server's acting up. Check in again eventually. Talk to you later. Alrighty. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you kindly. I'll talk at you later.
If only I could assist you.
Look out!
Well done. portal opened on its own. Suppose we should step inside.
This must be the day you learn you are destined to fail. That I, the waking flame, emerged victorious.
No. Destron, is that us up there?
And Mehrunes Dagon? Is this our future, Kalia? Is this inevitable?
How long ago was it? When I crushed you and claimed the ambitions for myself. It must be rather depressing to see that all your efforts were in vain. That my victory is inevitable. Visions. You must understand the forces with which you meddle. Given your failures before you died, that doesn't surprise me. You entered the portal at the obelisk of inevitability in the Deadlands. What could be more inevitable than the future? Look around and see for yourself. The very fact that you stand before me proves that you didn't stop me. You didn't save the ambitions. You didn't save anyone. I destroyed you. Now this realm belongs to my lord and master Mehrunes Dagon. Look who stands behind me. Look at the throne on which I sit. Mehrunes Dagon may be the master of all Nirn, but he has given me Tamriel as my reward. From High Rock to Morrowind, all bow to my will. There is no power in Tamriel equal to mine.
Mercenary, time to go. Through the portal, quickly.
Vandacia. He had us displayed like trophies.
We saw our future. We're doomed.
Snap out of it. What you saw was just one possible inevitability. Nothing is set in stone.
didn't think that was how my story was going to end. I really thought we were going to win. Isn't it? You saw the Prince of Destruction. How can we hope to fight something like that, let alone his High Priest? Maybe it's better if we just let our powers consume us. At least then Vandacia won't be able to claim us. Now you sound like Kalia and Sombrin. You're right, though. We have power beyond anything Vandacia possesses. That's why he wants us. Once Zaina teaches us to control it, we'll be unstoppable. All right. We're with you. Let's go get this done.
Vandacia is going to win. We saw ourselves. He was drawing power from us, like sipping wine from a chalice. But you saw how Vandacia looked. Strong, powerful, and Mehrunes Dagon looking down on us. How do we stand against that? Can it really be that simple? Was that the point of these visions? To show us how we were created, and to reveal a dark and possible future? All right, I understand. Just because the night is long, doesn't mean the sun won't rise tomorrow.
The obelisk of inevitability reveals just one possible future. True, it's the most likely outcome, but it isn't the only one. Now that we know where things are heading, we can work to change the course. We're dealing with forces beyond our understanding. It was always going to be a difficult journey. But the obelisk of inevitability only shows what will happen if events continue on their current course. That future hasn't happened. Yet.
Well, I gotta go take a dump.
perils of visiting oracles. Are we better off knowing what is to come, or continuing on in blissful ignorance? I believe our choices matter. I choose to resist Mehrunes Dagon, and no vision will sway me from that path. I hope you feel the same.
Mortal who bore witness for the twin ambitions, let us speak. We can finally greet each other in person, mortal. Before we begin the process that will permit the twins to control their powers, I must ask you a single question. Why does one who abhors Mehrunes Dagon care what happens to his ambitions? A noble sentiment, but they are more than just people. They are powerful weapons. Dagon's priest imbued them with a portion of the Lord of Destruction's own energy when they were born. It has grown and intensified in the intervening years. Imagine that each ambition is like a mortal bank. Instead of gold, the priest deposited a portion of Dagon's energy inside them. That energy grew with them, compounding and doubling year after year like interest on your savings. It also transformed. In every way, what was once just of oblivion became mixed with Nirn. Now that energy is a part of both realms, and that is why Mehrunes Dagon wants it back. It will give him the connection to Nirn that he so greatly desires, a path to your world. Their power is like a volcano, building until released as an explosion or a lava flow. One is catastrophic, the other merely destructive. I will delay the eruptions while teaching them to dissipate and maintain control. You may observe, of course. We must begin the ritual at once. This way.
Stay close, friend. I'll feel better knowing you're nearby. What's going on?
Zaina, what are you doing?
Helping you fulfill your purpose. Your ambitions. You belong to Mehrunes Dagon.
Never trust a Dremora.
Oh, what happened? No! Zaina! Damn it! You betrayed us! Damn her! Zaina betrayed us and cast us into the spider nest! It's a dungeon beneath her sanctuary. She sends her enemies here to die.
Not the spider nest,
They would
Batman!
harm her enemies. She saved my life many times. If she'd wanted to hurt me, she could have done so long ago. Why turn against me now?
Mrs. Major's day gone. I think she has plans to the twin to give the twins to us.
I don't want to believe that. But I heard what she said too. And she completely drained my energy. I can't call upon my power until it recharges. Out of here. We need to get to Kalia and
America!
before Zyna turns them over. First things first. I need to restore my power. Let me think. Zyna told me about an old foe she destroyed, tossed them into this place and kept their skull as a trophy. It may hold enough energy to recharge my power immediately. The skull is in the treasure chamber. You can get there through the east door, retrieve it, and meet me at the door in the north. When you find me, I'll be in a meditative state. Present the skull, and I'll do the rest. Menthix, an ancient rival. Challenging him was one of the last tasks Zyna assigned to me.
Yep, that's definitely an enemy of everybody.
Together, we vanquished Menthix and left his bones in the spider nest. Zyna did something to Menthix to chain his essence here forever. She kept him from coming back by trapping his power here, below her temple. That's also why the skull contains energy. Energy I can use to recharge my own power. She probably didn't want to have to deal with 3 ambitions and you at the same time. She needs our powers at their full strength for whatever she has planned. She reversed what I did. I could feel it. Kalia and Destron's powers have been unleashed. Eventually. But probably not before she completes whatever she has in mind. Hurry. We need that skull. With it, I can recharge my power and help the twins. Then, when they aren't in imminent danger of exploding, we can figure out the rest. Menthix. Zyna did something to Menthix to chain his... The skull contains the trapped essence of a powerful Daedric lord. If Zyna had simply killed her rival, he would have returned like Daedra do. So instead, she trapped a portion of his energy to keep him from coming back. You heard Zyna. My powers of both Oblivion and Nirn. I could use a spark from the trapped essence of a Daedric lord to recharge my power. That means Zyna's old enemy will be free to return someday. Not that I care about that anymore. She probably didn't want to have to deal with 3 ambitions and you at the same time. feel the residual energy. Hold the skull toward me, please. While my power finishes recharging, take a look at what I found. I left it over there. All right, I'm ready. Follow me. We have to stop Zyna. Attack! She's doing something to the twins!
You're too late. Lord Dagon will reward me for securing the twins.
You deal with Zyna!
The ambitions belong to Lord Dagon. Their power is for him alone. Destroying you. Lord Dagon will reward me for securing the twins.
She was going to sacrifice us to Mehrunes Dagon.
Sombrin, how could you bring us to this monster?
She wasn't like this. I didn't know.
Destron, help me open a portal. Like Sombrin showed us on the hilltop.
This wasn't how it was supposed to turn out. Come on. Let's go after them. Zaina, she never gave me any indication that she was going to betray us. That she was involved in our creation and wanted to sacrifice us to Mehrunes Dagon. At least the Twin Stone appeared to be in imminent danger of exploding. Let me take another look at Zaina's contracts. Yes, it's here. Zaina used a holy book to show Von Dacia how to create the 4 ambitions. Could it have been the Mysterium Xarxis? She was always loyal to Dagon. She never wanted to help us at all. Hopefully, they're either still locked in a vault or wandering free like I was. I hate to think that Von Dacia captured them while we were busy elsewhere. I'm not sure what we should do next, my friend. It's beginning to seem hopeless. I hope you're right, but I can't see a way ahead from here. If all else fails, we'll destroy ourselves before we let Dagon win. We're the keys to unlock the barriers between here and the Deadlands. We can't allow ourselves to fall into his hands. Callia and Destron. They have no reason to trust me. Not anymore. But I'll still protect them. And somehow, I'll find a way to earn their trust again. Whatever Zaina did to prepare them to be sacrificed, it seems to have dampened their power. How long that will last, I have no idea. But until their power builds to uncontrollable levels again, they should be able to use it to help us. I'll try to train the twins as Zaina trained me. If all else fails, I can take them back to the Deadlands. The realm seems to naturally siphon off our energy and keep it at manageable levels. Not my first choice, but it will serve as a last resort. I'm sorry. I had no idea Zaina meant to betray us.
She wanted to kill us, Sombrin. An apology isn't going to cut it.
Destron, Zaina betrayed Sombrin too.
Because he was stupid enough to trust her.
I will make this right. I promise.
Let's return to the temple. We shouldn't be discussing this in the street.
What do you want?
Gideon is not the ground on which we conduct this fight. There is a better place to defend the ambitions. You return at a grim moment, mercenary. While you were gone, word reached us that the Waking Flame is gathering an army. I fear it will soon march on Gideon. But Evely said you took the ambitions to learn about their powers. Did you succeed? We are all in danger. At least you kept the ambitions safe. I thank you for that. Concerning the cult, Evely and I have made plans. But first, I want you to have this. Compensation for the work you have done up to this point on Blackwoods' behalf. Order of the Waking Flame has cast a net around Gideon. Von Dacia is gathering an army, including guards from the garrison who were loyal to him all along. He knows the ambitions were here, and that they have now returned. No, the city is no place for a battle. When foes surround you, it is wise to put your back spines to a tree. We will move the ambitions to Fort Redmane. The Imperials abandoned it years ago, but my Blackfin Legion has been restoring its defenses. No, I have another task for you. Summon what allies you can to Fort Redmane to help defend the ambitions. I sent my legion ahead, but I fear we will need more warriors. Before you go, tell the ambitions what we are doing and why. They trust you. Tell the ambitions we will defend them with our lives. Just not here, where so many civilians could be endangered. Let us use Fort Redmane as the tree against our backs. Evely will see the ambitions safely to the fort. Talk to her before you go.
I don't have to explain myself to you. I haven't warmed up yet.
Tell the ambitions no army of crazed cultists is going to sacrifice them on our watch. But try not to alarm them, which might be tricky. After I send out the call for allies, I'll escort Sombrin and the twins to Fort Redmane. Right. Anyone with an army that can help us. You head to Leowin. I'm sure Captain Rian would be happy for the Ivory Brigade to lend a hand. Beyond that, what about anyone else you helped here in Blackwood? Anyone have any soldiers they can spare? That's great. My brother Baragon always told me that adventures turn on the favors we collect along the way. So, who do you think we can count on? The legendary Argonian warriors? I read about them. You have to go ask them. I do hope they'll come. I really want to meet them. You'll ask them for me, right? We could use those kinds of skills at Fort Redmane. Tell Sombrin and the twins I'll be with them shortly. I have a few more details to work out with the governor. After that, go see Captain Rian and then meet me at Fort Redmane. But don't take too long. I'd rather you were there when the cult attacks. You went to the Deadlands? And you took the ambitions with you? What were you thinking? What did you expect was going to happen in the Deadlands? That's where Mehrunes Dagon keeps all his stuff. Well, at least everyone made it back. Now, we just need to keep them safe from Van Dacia and the Order of the Waking Flame.
The Order of the Waking Flame has an army. They're marching on Gideon.
Damn cultists. The Blackfin Legion will give them what for.
I thought you said soldiers were useless against a cult like the Order of the Waking Flame.
Well, if those mercenaries from Leowin lend a hand, that should make a big difference.
Something's going on, isn't it? Seems like every Blackfin Legionnaire is in a hurry today. Let me guess. Vandasia's coming for us again. I know the place. It's an old Imperial garrison, isn't it? I passed by it during my travels after Varen's forces released me from my vault. A fort is more defensible than Gideon anyway. I see the logic. But aren't you coming with us? I swear to protect the twins in your absence. I took Zaina at her word, and it nearly cost Kalia and Destron their lives. I'll die before I put them in danger again.
They didn't like how I tucked in the bed sheet.